She broke a piece of the reed off and gave it to us. And you can put your head under the water and you can breathe out it. The dead bit, you can breathe out of that, yeah. So we just put our head under and sort of lean on our side and just hold our breath with the nose, because I hated water going up my nose, and I'd hold my nose and breathe out the straw, because that water goes up the nose, sort of gives you a brain freeze. Yeah, but it does work. It did work, yeah. Honestly, I loved my growing up, and I wish my kids would have been brought up the same, because, we learned to do with what we had, and it taught us to respect our elders. The elders were our teachers, and They'd take us out to bush and show us what berries we could eat and where to find food, and honey and fruits and things. We done a lot of seasonal work, and Dad always said it was because of discrimination and government policy practices and policies, and to stay one step ahead of the Aboriginal Protection Board. So we travelled, we picked peas, beans, tomatoes, potatoes. They cut cane, and we anything just to survive. So he was always a good provider, and he'd always build us a little shack or something to live in. Dad was a hard worker, and we moved a lot. Yeah, we'd go to school for 2 or 3 months, and we'd just start catching up, but we kept getting back because we kept moving around. We kept getting left behind. I taught myself how to read and write by using the dictionary and the thesaurus, and how to put that word into a sentence. I'd shut my eyes and I'd open up the book and I'd put my finger on a page, and I'd open my eyes, and whatever word my finger was on, I'd write that out 50 times and just keep spelling it over and over and sounding it out. That fear of the welfare of being taken, yeah. We lived with it often, because, we always had the fear of them coming and taking us. Because I remember them taking some of my cousins down at Wallacka Lake. There's no way in the world he would have let him take his kids away. He would have probably used his axe on someone. I was about 14, and she would have been a little bit younger than me, probably 11 or 12, and I remember her name was Rhonda too. She ran into our house, and we were hugging one another, because we were the best of friends, and crying, and I remember crying and kicking and screaming, and they drug the kids away, My grandmother was a very, very generous woman. Nan couldn't read or write, but she always made sure we had a good feed. And I remember Nan taking us down to the water one day and telling us, if the welfare comes, you get in those reeds, and she broke a piece of the reed off and gave it to us, and you can breathe. You can put your head under the water and you can breathe out of this if the welfare comes. Duck in there and hide. We were never taken, but we always had the fear that, that the Aboriginal Protection Board would come and take us away.